Good afternoon, Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Let's take a look at our lineup at what we're discussing on the show. We'll start off with the Wimbledon tennis tournament, the biggest Grand Slam of the year in all its glory. And first of all, some great things for Pakistan as Samuel Haq Qureshi and his doubles partner from Kazakhstan, Alexander Nadosyov, have qualified for the next round. They were up against Marcos Giron and James Duckworth, and they took this match 6-3, 7-6, 6-1, 6-2. Once again, an interesting encounter. Assam Bhai has always been the pride of Pakistan. He's always been proud to represent the country, but once again he's through to the second round, and definitely entire hopes of Pakistan are always on Assam Bhai whenever we talk about his performance. Has been carrying the flag of Pakistan throughout international tennis tournaments, and this time the biggest Grand Slam, Wimbledon, is definitely a treat to watch as well. After that, some more news from the Wimbledon, where there have been some intense matches. Andy Murray has been knocked out by the big serving John Isner from the USA. It was one of the best tennis matches of this year's Wimbledon, of probably this year's Grand Slams that I've witnessed. Isner was just absolutely superb, but credit to Andy Murray. You cannot have a hip replacement surgery, a metal hip, and carry on like this. Lost the first two sets, came back in the third one, and then performed brilliantly as well. And then some more news from the Wimbledon as well. Then coming back to the tri-series that has been announced as well, but Pakistan, New Zealand is of course a big omen when we talk about Pakistan cricket. Things to come, the most busiest calendar of the year. New Zealand is now confirming multiple tours to Pakistan. They're scheduled to play 2 test matches, 3 ODIs in Pakistan. The tour is going to commence in December 2022. They will again tour Pakistan in April again as well. So it's a very, very busy calendar, and New Zealand of course is now going to make amends for whatever happened a couple of months back. Then Pakistan Cricket Board announcing central contracts for the list of 2022 and 23. They've introduced separate red ball and white ball contracts. Azhar Ali has been promoted to category A. Fakhar Zaman and Shadab Khan have been promoted to category A as well. And then of course there's an emerging category that we will discuss as well. Chief Selector Mohammad Wasim announced all of these players who have been selected, a list of 33 players that have been included into the category of the central contracts. Then the Pakistan Junior League that is going to commence in October. Pakistan Cricket Board has named former greats as mentors. They include the greats Javed Miadad, we have Darren Sami, Shahid Afridi, Shoaib Malik, who are mentors. Top 4 sides will progress to the playoffs. The structure has been announced as well. That's the lineup that we've got for today's show. We'll go towards a short break, but when we come back, we'll discuss things in detail. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Sports Extra. Now things in detail. The Wimbledon tennis tournament, first of all, where Pakistan's Samuel Haq Qureshi and his partner Alexander have progressed to the second round of the men's double Wimbledon tournament. They were up against a tough opponent, of course. They had a good match. Marcos Giron and James Duckworth gave them a fierce competition. They won the first set 6-3, but lost the second one 7-6, went right down to the wire to a tiebreak, and then of course 6-1. The third set they were able to win it, and the fourth set once again single-handedly beating them 6-2. They've progressed to the second round. Assam Bhai has always been carrying the flag of Pakistan high and has been carrying the name of Pakistan whenever it comes to international tennis. We're also proud of him. He himself said that he is always proud to represent the country. So probably you can say that Pakistan is being represented well at the biggest Grand Slam, the championships, Wimbledon of the tennis calendar. And 7 aces from the Pakistan and Kazakh pair. They were able to get 64% of their first serve, 85% winners on first serve as well, alongside their opponents who had 6 aces, 60% of the first serve and 71% of the win percentage on the first serve. So great things for Pakistan. We're hopeful for more things from the Pakistani side as well, and we do hope that we're able to do as much as we can for the Pakistan tennis and for globally recognizing Pakistan at the same time as well. And to discuss this further, we've of course been joined by the man himself, the champion that he is, representing Pakistan single-handedly, making us all so proud. And it is always a great omen whenever he's on. A very dear brother and a tennis player for Pakistan, Samuel Haq Qureshi. Assalamu alaikum, Assam bhai, how are you?
Assalamu alaikum. Allah Akbar, very well. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for joining us. First of all, congratulations. What a victory,
Thank you
what a
so much.
game. We were just reading through the stats as well. Talk us through the game yourself and your partner as well.
Yeah, obviously playing at the highest level, Wimbledon, always been my dream, and very happy and blessed to be here this year as well, representing Pakistan. Was a tough match for us. Both are singles guys. One is Australian, one is American. Actually, we lost to the American in Australian Open this year, though he was playing with a different partner. But grass obviously is one of my favorite surfaces, or probably the favorite surface, and I feel really confident about my game. I think we dominated most of the match. We had chances in the second set also to capitalize on some break points, but we were not able to avail. We had few set points as well and a few missed opportunities. But Alhamdulillah, I was able to bounce back in the third and fourth set with early breaks and was able to win the match in 4 sets.
Talk us through your opponents. Of course, Marcus Giron and James Duckworth are tough opponents themselves as well. Very calculated tennis from them.
Obviously, I think at this level, you have the cream of the crop playing. The Grand Slams, every round is a tough round, and the Aussies and Americans can play on grass courts as well. Especially Duckworth, he has a very big serves in volley as well. Giron as well has been having an unbelievable year this year. Both are in top 100 in singles, so we just had to be really focused on our serves. Both of them returned really well, so high first percentage was very, very important, which we managed to do. Unfortunately, lost a very close tiebreaker, 12-10. But as I said, I think getting those early breaks in the third and the fourth set were really helpful, and we were able to dominate the third and the fourth sets, and which helped us winning the match in 4 sets.
Well, talk us through the preparation. Now, of course, we're taming grass courts as your favorite surface as well. But how are the preparations going into Wimbledon, and how's everything treating you there?
Bro, it's been all right. We played 3 tournaments before Wimbledon. Played a tournament in Surbiton. We lost in the finals. Then we played a tournament in where was it? In Eastbourne, where we lost in the quarterfinals, and a tournament in Stuttgart as well. So preparation was okay, though I think we lost some close matches. But that's how the grass tennis goes. Yeah, happy with all the preparation we could have done with my partner Alexander, and yeah, now I think all the preparation has been done. Now it's just to just play and execute, and the game plan. We are playing number 16 seed in our second round, who we have played before this year twice. We ended up beating them the first time, but lost to them on the second time. So it's going to be an interesting match. I think both teams are going to go out guns blazing, and let's see. Hopefully, inshallah, we can get a win tomorrow as well.
Definitely. Well, we're all hopeful, and we want the best from you, and you always obviously give your best. So once again, congratulations. We want you to know that the prayers of the entire nation are with you, and always so proud whenever you're representing Pakistan on the global stage. All the best, Essam bhai.
No, mate, really appreciate it. Thank you so very much, and take care, Ji.
Thank you. Best of luck. Best of luck. Great to have Asamullah Qureshi, Pakistani tennis player, winning big at the Wimbledon. They're through to the second round, him and his Kazakh partner Alexander, and we're hoping for all the best that comes on their way as well. And definitely, we want to see that we can get the best out of them as well. On that note, obviously, moving on, we've got more things to discuss from the Wimbledon as well. We've had some interesting games. Emma Raducanu has been knocked out. We've also seen Andy Murray's been knocked out. One of the most fierce contests that I've seen so far when I talk about tennis this year. It's been intense. To talk about this further, we've been joined by tennis player Ushna Suhail. Assalamu alaikum, Ushna. How are you?
Walaikum salam, I'm well.
Well, great to have you. First of all, I think let's just immediately move on to the women's singles. Serena knocked out, obviously one thing. Want to know from you as well, but Emma Raducanu, the latest one to be knocked out, and obviously young at age, now understands that it's not easy as it has been for some players.
Yes, absolutely. I think there was some shocking upsets in the women's side, as you saw Harmony Tan coming across Serena Williams in the first round. And then I think this was after a long time that Serena lost in the first round at a Grand Slam major, especially at Wimbledon, where she's won so many times. And then, of course, Emma Raducanu, it's not easy to handle that pressure at such a young age. So coming back from a knee injury as well, I think it was a very tough second round for her playing against Garcia, because that was like a proper I think quarterfinal stage match because Garcia is a very solid French player as well. So yeah, some interesting matches to experience in the first couple of rounds, and I think the deeper the tournament gets, the more interesting and unpredictable it will get because there are so many new players now, and so many new faces we see in tennis. So yeah, looking forward to the upcoming matches and how they go at Wimbledon.
Definitely, that is the case, but still many prospects to look out for when it comes to the women's singles. Now, moving on to the men's side, the game last night, like I said, probably one of the most intense games I've seen so far this year. You defy everything when you've got a hip replacement surgery. You're carrying a metal hip and playing like this. We all knew that John Isner is going to throw those ferocious serves at you. Lost 2 sets, made a comeback in the third. Andy Murray, unfortunate, couldn't carry on. And, has been knocked out, but great heart, great sport.
Yes, definitely. I mean, to see the passion of someone like Andy Murray and then being able to, come through the qualies and win a round at Wimbledon, I think it's definitely commendable, especially at his age, because he's had a very bad hip injury as well in the past. He's had a hip replacement. And then to be able to play at that level still, I think it's very, very, very commendable. So we all know that John Isner is a big server. He's a big ground strokes, aggressive player. So to play against someone like him on grass and even pull off a set, I think with that sort of situation is something very commendable. And I think John Isner is one of those players who holds the world record of having the longest match at Wimbledon against Nicolas Mahut. So I think it's definitely, it was a bit unfair with Andy Murray to have a match like that so early in the round. But then again, we know that's the nature of tennis. He wasn't seeded in this tournament. He had to work hard to, come across in the second round. But yeah, I think John Isner is in some great form, and he has a very good chance to do well at this year's Wimbledon Championship.
Well, there have been certain things going haywire. We first had Matteo Berrettini pulling out due to COVID concerns. Roberto Bautista Agut, the latest casualty at the hands of COVID. So there have been some things on and off, but still, I think all eyes, majority on the fact that Djokovic and Nadal are still in there.
Yes, definitely. I think the way Djokovic came across his match comfortably against Kokkinakis yesterday was a very impressive win. I expected a bit of a more competitive match, to be honest, because Kokkinakis is a very good player. I think he has some really good baseline game and he has a big serve, but I think he wasn't in the form yesterday, and Djokovic overpowered him at many crucial stages. I mean, there weren't too many crucial stages in the match, but then again, yeah, I think Djokovic is in some great form, and as usual, we're looking forward to a Djokovic-Nadal match soon throughout the championships. That's an epic match that everyone is waiting for. So yeah, I think these are on the men's side, I would say these are still the 2 favorite contenders to go for the championship and to go for the Wimbledon title on the men's side. Yeah.
Definitely, that is the case. Well, Ushna, thank you very much for joining us. Have a great time, and obviously you've got first-hand action of Wimbledon, and I'm sure you're enjoying the weather as well.
Yes, I am. I'm enjoying the unpredictable weather in UK, and I'm enjoying the Wimbledon matches as well.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. It was great having you on the show. Right, that was Ushna Suhail talking to us regarding Wimbledon and everything that has been happening there as well. And now, of course, things have been a bit haywire. COVID concerns still there. Some players pulling out, but all in all, still the glory of Wimbledon is still there. Obviously, tournament's a bit different this time, more of an exhibition now with rankings and ranking points not up for grabs, but still the intensity of the tournament is still there. Now, moving on to cricket, of course, and some great things to discuss for Pakistan cricket. I think, first of all, New Zealand cricket committing to a full-fledged tour, not just once, but multiple times now. They're coming in December, then they're coming in April once again. And there's a lot more to discuss when we talk about cricket, including central contracts and everything that has been announced as well. And to talk more on this, we've been joined by our panel for cricket in studios. First of all, he's a cricket expert. He's got his own YouTube show as well, obviously, and he's going to be talking about all the cricket things that we're throwing at him. Sabir Hussain is joining us. Assalamu alaikum, Sabir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, sir.
Thank you for joining us. We've also been joined by cricket commentator, cricket expert, these days battling the heat, but he's still here, isn't he? Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, I'm good. And which heat you're talking about, actually?
The heat outside, sir. We've heard it's very hot.
Yes, you know that the Pakistan cricket team still in 44, 45 temperature. If they're training there, so we are so motivated.
We are, but we don't have central contracts. They do. Well, they do. But that being said, I think the first thing that we have to discuss is New Zealand cricket. That has, of course, committed to a tour now. And obviously, whatever happened, we'll not discuss that. But that did leave a bad taste in New Zealand's mouth. And I think now they want to make amends for that. And they're committing to majority of this as well. It will start off in Pakistan. And like I said, they'll come in December. Then they'll come in April again. They're playing 2 test matches and a limited over series as well. Sabir, your thoughts on this?
I would say it's always a wonderful opportunity, for Pakistan, because New Zealand and some other teams are very big teams. They are touring Pakistan. Obviously, it's a wonderful opportunity for both cricket boards, and obviously it was a due decision from New Zealand, because it was expected that they're gonna play some more matches in Pakistan. So hopefully it's a good news and wonderful opportunities for the youngsters, especially for Pakistani youngsters who will be tried. I'm quite hopeful that a few youngsters will be tried against New Zealand, because New Zealand have played really well all around the world. Recently, they are struggling against England because of the conditions. But I mean, when they will be touring Pakistan in December, in winter as well. So I mean, it will be a quite tough series for New Zealand.
It's a tough series for New Zealand, but at least it's a series that they're playing. They're committing to it. And like we said, that when we talk about the series itself, they're going to play 2 test matches, 3 ODIs in Pakistan, commencing in December and then coming back in April again. K. Asif, your thoughts on this?
Well, obviously, I'm so happy that the team who was showing concern concerning security and the rest of the issues, when they have watched that the rest of the teams coming to Pakistan, Australia, West Indies, and successful tours and jam-packed crowd, they've enjoyed, the Australian cricketers, the way David Warner was enjoying dancing here and just putting his pictures of his hotel, each and everything. They were so enjoying. So New Zealand, and after that, when we beat New Zealand in T20 World Cup, everyone was talking about that we have fixed each and everything now. So when now New Zealand coming to Pakistan, playing 2 tests, 3 ODIs, that the test matches are the part of World Test Champion League and World Test Championship. Pakistan is on number 5. New Zealand, after getting defeat from England 3-0, they're on number 9. So it's really important for Pakistan, and whenever we talk about the love of cricket in Pakistan, the motivation, the enthusiasm, it's always high. It's and the Pakistani crowd, they don't care either the temperature is 48 or the 50 in Multan. They just come and they support cricket, and that's why the Chairman Cricket Board always talk about that what happened in Multan, the jam-packed crowd, even the thousands of the people, they were waiting outside the stadium, even in the hot weather. And so what does it mean that, yes, we're ready to welcome New Zealand, not only with the crowd, but with our cricket as well. Our cricket is improving. Players are performing well. So each and everything is smooth. So welcome to New Zealand.
Welcome to New Zealand, of course. And we want, I think the crowd deserves it most of all. When you talk about the crowd in Pakistan, very, very welcoming, very hospitable. When you talk about the teams coming, they had a lot of support for West Indies, for Australia themselves, and supporting in large numbers, not just the home team, but the side that is on an away tour as well. New Zealand is a quality side, and but Sabir, once again we discussed this, that it's going to be a very busy calendar year for Pakistan now.
It's a very busy calendar because Pakistan, they have to play 2 test matches against Sri Lanka outside, the home conditions. Then they have to travel to Netherlands as well to play some ODIs as well. So then they have to travel to New Zealand to play, tri series against New Zealand and Bangladesh. So it will be a kind of a practice matches for Pakistan ahead of a T20 World Cup, which will be played in Australia. So it will be a tough, tour for Pakistan, obviously, because now Pakistan has to see, which players are they are resting. They have to try their bench strength. Look at, we always talk about, India. They have, the competition between the IPL. So much players are emerging. So does Pakistan have so many players? But Pakistan, they have to try some their bench strength. They have a very busy schedule, even T20s, ODIs, test matches as well. Against New Zealand, they have to play really good because, the ODIs as well, Pakistan has to get some more points because they won against Australia.
Absolutely.
The crowd was very happy because we need to basically perform against big teams. Look at Imamul Haq, Babar Azam, so some good players emerging. They are playing against the quality sides like Australia. We basically won the ODI series. Now we would like to see the Pakistan should vote against New Zealand as well.
Yes, Asif, in English, it's often said that be careful what you wish for. So we've been wishing for more cricket for Pakistan. The calendar has finally been full now. I think this is the most amount of international cricket some of these boys will be playing. So as Sabir mentioned, very important to keep a strong bench strength and keep a strong rotational policy, because you don't want injuries on very important notes of ICC tournaments and series.
Yes, that's right. But one thing, when you are talking about the rotation, but it should be based on performance, not on the friendship. One thing. The second thing is that when we talk about the busy schedule of Pakistan cricket, 16 months we'll be playing 2 World Cups, T20 World Cup, and then
Asia
next
Cup.
year in Asia Cup, and so very busy schedule. Yes, of course, you know that during the COVID, you were missing that. Everyone was missing that. What's happening? Sitting in the room, watching out the movies or the dramas. Now this is the time to watch out the real dramas. And Pakistani players, definitely, as he said, the way they are performing, spreading smiles over the crowd, and especially Imamul Haq, Rizwan and Babar, all of them are really in good touch. So, and New Zealand is a quality side, as you said that, but I would love to watch that, Trent Bolt bowling to Babar Azam and Rizwan, and courtesy Arsalan Shirazi, if I get a card and if I get a sponsored card, so I'll be watching there. So, motivation is there, and this is the best chance for Pakistan, that we have learned a lot from the Australia tour. That was the first tour after a long time. And Pakistan Cricket Board, the chairman cricket board, he always talks about the quality of pitches. Earlier on, he talked about the drop-in pitches, and later on in previous press conference yesterday, we have watched that what he said regarding the pitches in Pakistan. After the 16 years, Pakistan Cricket Board is working on the pitches. So I think that we'll be watching quality cricket. Yes, quantity is there, large number of matches, but still we were missing quality cricket. So international sides, top-notch sides visiting Pakistan, really good for the Pakistan cricket, and as well as for the crowd as well.
One
Yes,
more
Abhi.
thing. One more thing I want to add, because if New Zealand are coming in December, they will be playing ODIs, and that particular time, the winter
And 2
conditions
tests as well.
might suit New Zealand bowling as well, because if the ODIs will be played in Rawalpindi, lots of swing, seam as well in winter conditions, that basically will be favoring New Zealand. So Pakistan has to make their proper bench strength as far as their batting is concerned, because Trent Bolt, Ferguson, they have quality fast bowling attack, and also they can swing as well. So I mean, Team Saudi as well, so they have a quite good bowling attack as well.
Definitely.
So Pakistan need to tackle in their home conditions New Zealand bowling.
Absolutely, that will be one concern. But one thing is great that we've got more cricket to see, and it's a great omen that New Zealand has finally committed to a complete tour, and of course initially in December, then coming back in April again. Now moving on, the Pakistan Cricket Board has announced central contracts for 33 players in 2 different categories of red ball and white ball formats for the first time. An emerging category is also there. Let's take a look at this report on the details and then come back.
Pakistan Cricket Board announced the men's central contract list under 2 categories for the red ball and the white ball players, along with the addition of 4 new names to the emerging category. As a result of the division, a total of 33 players have earned a contract from the Pakistan Cricket Board. The salient features of the contract include a 10% hike in the match fees, an increase of 20% match fee for the non-playing members, establishment of a captaincy allowance, and an allocation of funds for the present players. Pakistan's all-format skipper Babar Azam has been awarded contract under both the categories alongside Hassan Ali, Imamul Haq, Mohammad Rizwan and Shaheen Shah Afridi. Azhar Ali, one of the 10 players who have been given red ball contracts, has advanced to Category A, while Naseem Shah and Abdullah Shafiq have been given Category C contracts for the first time. Saud Shakil has been given a Category D contract, while Abid Ali, Sarfaraz Ahmed, Shan Masood and Yasir Shah earned Category D contracts. White ball contracts have been offered to 11 limited over players. Fakhr Zaman and Shadab Khan have moved 1 scale above to be promoted to Category A. Haris Rauf has also moved a level up to earn a Category B contract. In order to develop and support domestic cricket in Pakistan, the board has added 5 more players in the emerging player category to take the tally to 7.
Well, there you have it. The list of contracts is there in front of you. You heard that report as well. Once again, I think a big shout out to our team of Sports Extra, everybody involved with the program. Absolutely phenomenal stuff from all of our young team, including Kainat, Asad, Waqar, and of course the head as well, and the head of production and everything involved, Mr. Shirazi. Thank you very much for all the tech support and everything that you're giving us. Asif, fantastic report, first of all. We've got to appreciate it.
Honestly, when I was watching there, each and everything was there. It's a complete report. And congratulations, guys. You're working really hard.
So,
Thumbs up.
time to give them central contracts as well.
Okay, now I got your background.
But Asif, overall, you've listened to the report. I'm sure you were looking at the names as well that have been included. First of all, let's just talk about the change of having different players for red ball and white ball. I think that's the bigger thing that we need to discuss. First of all, your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, this is called, your vision. So vision is fine. I mean, your thoughts are fine. What you're thinking that there must be, different contracts for the different categories and the different cricket. For the red ball cricket, test cricket, you brought different, your contracts. But after that, when we have watched the list, see, honestly, some things are really funny.
Funny?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I would like to understand, and I know you're getting naughty, but I would like to understand that. What happened with Sarfraz? He is performing so well from last 1 year, and you're giving him D in the contract D. He's performing so well. Could you see his performance?
Absolutely.
Where
Yes.
is that? Could you please share
12,
with us?
12 months, not on the scenes, but I'm sure off the scenes, the performance has been there.
Honestly, whoever worked on it, I strongly disagree, respectably disagree. One thing. The only thing I could see with the Sarfraz that the PCB is aware with the pressure, the immense pressure from the, some senior journalist belongs to some special city. I don't want to name them. But the only thing, that's why Sarfraz is in. Then Yasir Shah.
The city is like K. Asif Ahmed. The city was K as well.
All right, once again, thank you. K. Asif, yeah, fine. Okay, the other thing, I want to ask about Hassan Ali. If you see his ODI record, the economy right now, I'm talking about overall.
The recent stats, yes.
No, it's not recent, it's the
Overall
Yeah,
economy.
5.75 in ODI.
Okay.
T20 above the net, and still he got the central contract in white ball cricket, the question mark. Okay.
In B category, that too in B category.
Yeah, in the B category. Yeah, that's right. And then Abid Ali performing so well. If you talk about his last series, the fantastic one, and you're pushing him in the down, and there is he got D. So thanks God, still is in the list. Is in the plan of PCB.
Shan Masood also in D category.
Performing well. So if the best is the performance, then why Shan Masood is not getting B or
Right.
A?
Asif, I've noted all your concerns. I'll be coming back to them in just a bit. Let me just ask Sabir, overall, your outlook, and if you have any concerns, so I can address them collectively.
I mean, first of all, I would like to appreciate the report. I mean, which basically Kainat met. It was fantastic. I mean,
Right.
secondly, yes, I mean, there are some few players. I mean, senior players. They were expected to be, some A category and B category. Some players performed really well. They are promoted, like Imam ul Haq in Test matches and also in ODIs as well. So friendship is finished now. He's performing basically. So I mean, heads off to Imam ul Haq. We really appreciate, the kind of batting he played against Australia. In different conditions, he has made so many hundreds as well. But Sarfraz, he has not been playing. I think, but the respect of seniority, has been given to Sarfraz.
Sabir, one thing.
Yeah.
You're saying that he's not playing, but the chief selector is saying that we are giving the central contract on the basis of performances.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, there was issue with Shoaib Malik as well.
Absolutely.
He has been given Mohammad Hafiz as well. So these things basically come along with the PCB and the central contracts. But I mean, we should respect the senior players like Azhar Ali. He has been performing okay as far as test matches are concerned for a couple of series. But he has been given A category contract and in the red ball quite okay, because you have to give some respect to senior players, and this is what PCB I think has been doing with Sarfaraz and Abid Ali as well. Abid Ali in lower category is quite, because he was not well. He was hospitalized as well. I think he didn't play might be the reason, but I mean overall in white ball category, Fakhr Zaman, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam, they really deserve it. And yes, Hassan Ali, he has been struggling, but I think he has to pick his form really quickly, because other bowlers like Mohammad Musa, he's a youngster, and I'm basically quite happy with emerging category. Mohammad Haris, Hasibullah as well. and some more youngsters basically.
Huraira is
Mohammad
there.
Huraira,
Usman Ali Agha is there.
he played really
Usman
well.
Ali Agha, yeah.
The under 19 players,
Youngster.
emerging players as well, young players basically, they are getting contract. So they are basically, giving some boost to some
Absolutely.
more youngsters as well.
One
understand.
comment, and
No,
then
Asif, first
one
of all,
comment,
no,
please.
First of all, let me just. I have a bouncer. I'm going to miss that. I understand both of your concerns, and they're genuine concerns. Let me be very honest. Our criteria, I think, since ever I've seen central contracts, has always been, a clouded judgment. We tend to, if we're saying on the basis of last 12 months' performance, then we should really analyze things. I still remember when last contracts came up, Shoaib Malik and Mohammad Hafiz were not in category A or B. So both of them decided that, look, one, it's embarrassing, we're not going to take it. Number two, they said that, okay, we're going to play for Pakistan, but we don't need a central contract. They were well settled enough, so they didn't need it. As the case of Sarfaraz is concerned, for example, in terms of a protest, maybe, if he feels embarrassing, or if he feels that it's not up to his mark, number one. Number two, if he feels that I do not belong into the team because they're not going to play me, I'm not into their plans, maybe I should not take a central contract. And the second part of my question, which is the most important one, what we discussed when we were discussing Owen Morgan as well, that as a nation, as a cricket board, as a player, as part of the PCB structure, when will we become so morally strong that we can call a player to the office and tell him, look, mister, thank you very much for your services for Pakistan cricket. You're no longer needed. I know we have a pressure of the journalist and a lobby on us, but you're not into our plans, and we'd like to thank you for your services. Just make him take that retirement, or make him say goodbye to at least international cricket on a positive note.
Do you remember that? How was the finish of Wasim Akram's career?
Yes.
Was that respectable?
Not at all.
Do you remember that what happened with Waqar Yunus?
Absolutely.
Was that respectable?
Not at all. And these are legends we're talking
Yes. Let's talk about the recent past. What happened with Abdul Razak? Where is he? How he has ended his career? Without
He's playing snooker these days, though. He's a professional snooker player now. So that I can just give you an update where players have changed course.
Look, Ahmed, this is called, that the Pakistan Cricket Board is not coming up with so respect. Respectably disagree with Saber Bhai. The Saber Bhai, if you're giving respect, either giving them category D, why you're not giving them even the B,
If
The D
it is seniority,
Yeah,
then
if
seniority means either B or C.
Yeah.
D is not seniority.
Yes, D is not giving them respect, but D is a disrespect actually. So, and strongly agree with Ahmed that coming up with that and telling them that I'm on a protest and I'm not taking this contract. Thank you very much. Yes, I'll play for Pakistan. Yes, if you're considering us, give them some proper respect. But I think that PCB is not learning with their mistakes. They're still repeating those mistakes again and again. And why are you taking pressure? If you're doing all the work on the justice, all the on the performances, then you won't be worried about any sort of criticism. So I think that you're not satisfied with your work, Ahmed.
Yes, Sabir, your thoughts very quickly on
in
the central contract.
Pakistan, we don't have a culture, to be very honest.
True.
To give a farewell kind of a match and to talk about the seniors. Shahid Afridi, look at Shahid Afridi, Shoaib Akhtar as well, Waqar Yunus, Wasim Akram, so many senior players. Even Inzamam got a last farewell match. Who are yes men in Pakistan cricket board, they will get a farewell and they will get some more respect, like Misbah-ul Haq, sorry to say. But other players, they basically don't speak, on the social media like Sarfaraz. But we have been talking about for a couple of months, but Sarfaraz has been, sorry to say, humiliated, very badly humiliated. He is a wonderful player for Pakistan, captain of Pakistan as well. He basically performed. Nowadays, I think, sorry to say, Mohammad Rizwan has been phenomenal, but in T20s. Sarfaraz really deserves a place in test matches. He has performed in the UAE, in Dubai, and Sri Lanka as well. Look at, why don't you try Sarfaraz in test matches? Because, friendships sometimes comes, along with Babar Azam, like Imamul Haq came in test matches, but he performed. But Sarfaraz should be given a chance in test matches. But we don't have a culture in Pakistan, but the things are changing. But look at, the past as well.
That the past should be considered. But obviously on that note, moving on to the final topic that we've got for cricket, and that is of course, the emerging PCB tournament that has been announced as well. The Junior League, when we talk about this, the icons have been announced. The great Sir Javed Miandad has been announced as the icon alongside Shahid Afridi. alongside Darren Sammy and Shoaib Malik as well. Asif, your thoughts on, first of all, the entire structure, but I think the respect that has been given to Sir Javed Miandad is absolutely phenomenal. Even when Chairman PCB met former cricketers in that meeting as well, he actually, called Sir Miandad, made him sit with him. It was a great thing to see.
Honor.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine, and appreciate that. Javed Miandad, the legend Javed Miandad, is an icon for the juniors, and the junior, they will be learning, of course, that and then when you're bringing international personalities as mentor, icon players, or the icon for the for your junior league, like Darren Semi, always supporting Pakistan cricket team for a long time, and then Shahid Afridi, of course, and Shoaib Malik. So I think it's a very good move from Pakistan Cricket Board, and we must appreciate, and they deserve more than this, but at least PCB has started something.
That's a step in the right direction, of course. But obviously, Sabir, we need to manage this very critically. So we want to, create a model that is sustainable as well.
Like I said, things are changing. It's a very good initiative taken by PCB. Seniors must be respected, and like mentors, obviously Sir Javed Miandad, Shahid Afridi, Shoaib Malik as well. Obviously, Darren Sami basically played a wonderful role in Pakistan cricket, especially in PSL, when things were not really good in Pakistan. When we used to play PSL in Abu Dhabi and Dubai as well. But thanks to PCB, it's a wonderful initiative and wonderful opportunity for Pakistani, youngsters. to see their role models, to their heroes. They will be, sharing their dressing rooms with them. It's a wonderful, opportunity for youngsters. And obviously, parents will encourage their children, because of this Junior Premier League. Like we said, women cricket, Pakistan.
Same thing.
It is a wonderful opportunity for, being a parent, to allow your daughters to play some cricket, to play sports as well, because we have been lacking these activities, co-curricular activities for last 2 decades. We used to see so much cricket, school cricket, college cricket, at district level as well. I used to play district level, but now the things are basically changing almost after 2 decades. A wonderful initiative by PCB. Thanks to PCB.
Thanks to PCB as well. Well, both Asif and Sabir, thank you very much for being on the show.
By the way, are you available for the junior league?
As a coach or as an umpire? Out of all of us, you're the under 19
as a player.
Yeah. Asif looks under 19. All of us are now going towards veterinary. But gentlemen, thank you very much for being on the show. And one thing is for sure, that it's a great league moving forward. We've got the icons there as well. And before we say goodbye, we're talking about the icons. One of these very special icons has sent in a message about the league and to all you youngsters as well. So we're going to leave you with that very special message about the Junior League from one of these legends and these icons. And on that note, from me and the entire team, it'll be goodbye for now.